Hey babe, it's your girl Bree, spelled like the cheese, aka your cosmic bestie, and I'm here to deliver a message today with tarot. We are hopping right into our esoteric feminine tarot. Honestly, just been really vibing with her. Tonight, as I record this, it is the Sagittarius Full Moon, and I was talking about it in the collective membership group today, and I just wanted to share my little breakdown that I wrote for the collective, for the group. Number one, so you can see the vibes that are in there, but number two, just to talk about what needs to come through here for the message today. It just is really on my heart that Spirit really wants us to really take this full moon very seriously. So let me go ahead and read it. It's off to the side here. So I wrote, "Hey Nova babes, we've officially made it to the Sagittarius full moon, aka the truth teller, the belief breaker, the vision expander of the zodiac. This moon doesn't just ask what you are releasing. It asks what stories you've been living by that no longer feel true. This week, this week has been deep, emotionally loud, and full of aha moments and internal shifts. So if you've been crying, maybe you've been a little snappy, suddenly you're realizing, oh hell no, I'm not doing that anymore. You're absolutely right on time. This isn't about shedding old skin. This is about glorious space for the version of you who knows their worth, their magic, and their divine purpose. For me, this full moon is big. It's loving and the final hug to my inner teen who felt like no matter what she did, she was never enough. Not enough for her parents, for her friends, for her crushes, teachers, literally anyone that she knew. That feeling was very deep. But guess what? That story is now over. I know deep in my bones that I am meant for this. I am meant to lead with love, to light up paths, and to create a space where all feel seen and cherished. And the only way to truly do that is to love yourself first, fiercely and unapologetically. So tonight, I am releasing the whispering echo of I'm not quite there. The habit of seeking validation outside of my own soul. The outdated belief that my worth needs to be earned or proven to receive love. The hesitation to step fully into my power and my purpose. And the pressure to conform or dim my own sparkle for someone else's comfort. This release comes with deep compassion and gratitude for the girl who carried it all. I truly do love her, but I'm not living for her survival anymore. I'm living for my true freedom of where I am now. There's obviously a lot more that goes into that, but that was just the overall breakdown. 222 on my clock as I'm recording all of this. It just feels like this full moon is truly my aha moment. This boom, we're here, it's happening. And it feels very good, but it also feels very surreal. And not everyone is exactly where I'm at, okay? I am a Sagittarius rising, so I'm definitely feeling this heavily. I also just feel, I forget where my Jupiter is in my chart, but it's it's crossing over. I'm very affected by this full moon. And honestly, this energy has been leading up even before this week. I would say over the last 2 or 3 weeks, and maybe you've been feeling that as well. Just feels like I've been releasing a lot. And I've been understanding and getting these realizations, those aha moments that I talked about. And it's honestly crazy. It just feels like, I honestly, I was talking about this with my friends yesterday, and all of us are in the same spot. It just feels so surreal, but it also feels crazy. It feels crazy good. I don't really even know how to explain it. But that teen version of myself that was holding on to living life for other people, being that people pleaser, dimming her own light, it's all done. It is over. I've been journaling about it for years, but truly these last 2 weeks have opened up my eyes even more so. My ex from high school, we just fizzled out. I went to Trinidad on this mission trip, and then he decided to stay with his friends and not hang out with me before I left. And that was the moment where I was like, absolutely not. Like I am not going to be with somebody who is not going to respect me and my time. That's not going to want to spend every moment with me. And that was like this catalyst for me in realizing like, okay, what do I want? What do I deserve? What kind of love am I truly seeking? And I've been journaling about that a lot this week because I'm like, that teenage version of myself has truly been holding on to that for a very long time of like, well, why didn't he fight for me? Why wasn't he there for me? Why didn't he come and see me that night before I was about to leave the country for like 2.5 weeks? But honestly, it's not haunting me anymore. I think it still haunts him, but that's that's a whole other story. But truthfully, like I've just been having a lot of realizations. I've been very real with myself of what exactly I need to do to let go to move forward, to make room for the Bree that I am right now, the leader and the light that I am showing through. And I know I've talked about this over and over again, but I've been getting confirmation after confirmation for weeks, months, years, if we're being honest. And it was really, really hard for me to believe that, like, oh, I am this leader. Oh, I can guide others. Oh, I am this spiritual mentor, reader, passionate. Like, all of these labels that I've always wrote down as what I wanted to be, what I felt I should or could be, it hasn't really felt real. I keep saying like a name tag, like in my head here, like I wanted to wear a lot of different name tags, a lot of badges, but like the fact of the matter is none of those define me. I'm just Brie like the cheese, baby. Like that is what it is. The Cosmic Bestie is not a tagline. It's the reality of who I am. I want to call in my soul family. I want to have my besties truly around me. But cosmically, I am breaking into a whole new world that I've never even really truly thought I could. And I've already met so many people in my membership that I feel deeply connected to. And I'm just like so grateful and I'm so thankful. But this message, this full moon, I think a lot of us are in that same place of what do I need to let go to truly move forward? Like, I'm sick and tired of being on the edge. I'm sick and tired of going in the circle round and round again and feeling like it never changes. Or if it does change, it's like a complete shit show. And we don't want that, right? We don't want any of that. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm gonna see what the cards say today to really help guide us. I know that this is dropping after the full moon, technically, but you know, that energy is strong for a few days before and a few days after. So whenever this falls upon you, just know that this was meant for you to see at whatever point that you're at. It is a timeless message. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. First card that came out was the Chariot. And you saw it fly out, right? It feels like this is coming quickly. This success, the driving force to get to where you want to truly go. There's so much more direction. There's so much more ambition, dedication. You see how she's like looking forward and she has the candle in her hand here and she has that star above her head and then she has the sun here by the car. It just feels like you're finally in the driver's seat. Like that's what I'm hearing. You're finally in the driver's seat. You're finally taking control. You're taking control of your narrative, right? Like everything that I was talking about, I'm taking control of it. It's unhealed in me and the only way that I can heal it is if I attack it, if I go with it head first. We also had King of Swords Okay, this energy, very strong, right? This is about discipline. This is integrity, high standards, strictness. Both of these cards coming out together is truly changing where you're at, right? This energy, both of them are looking head on. They're looking directly at you. Because they said, oh, baby, we are not shying away from who we are anymore. And I feel like that's exactly where you're at. But there is still some tension, right? Because we have Five of Wands here. And it feels like there is these moments of like ego and your shadow self, and it becomes intertwined of where you're at, right? You're not fully in one space or the other. You're right at this in between, and this in between is causing a lot of conflict internally and a little bit externally, right? Like you yourself are like, okay, I'm feeling better, like I'm doing good, I'm like breaking this stuff down. And I know for myself, like my inner teen had a lot of stuff that she needed to break down, and every time that I do that, I feel lighter, I feel better. But there's also like, okay, well, I'm still living in my parents' basement. I'm still doing this. I still feel like I don't make enough money. I still feel like that. Like the physical world has to catch up with your spiritual and your mental. And it feels like you are finally coming to the precipice of getting to the next space, to the next place. Because truthfully, this journey has been going on for a while for a reason. You created this path, whether if you want to believe it or not. Okay, two cards. The World in reverse. Oh. World in reverse. And then we also had Page of Wands in reverse. It feels like this energy is, you haven't quite closed it out yet, right? You're still trying to leap. You're still trying to jump. You don't trust it. You don't trust yourself. Not fully. You don't trust spirit fully. You're like, yeah, I'm charging forward. I'm charging ahead. I'm taking this time and this energy, and I'm going to be strict with my boundaries, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But there's moments in your life that come through where you hesitate, where you second guess it. You second guess yourself. You second guess spirit. You second guessed everything. Did I make the right choice? Is this the right path? Am I doing the right thing? And that's what's causing these blocks. Also, you're like looking for a quick fix. I keep seeing like a microwave versus like an oven. And the best way that I like to describe that is an oven, you know it's going to get crispy. You know it's going to be done in the middle. You know it's going to be good, right? But in a microwave, it's a hit or miss. You could throw it in there for a minute and it overcook. It could burn. The middle could be cold, but you didn't want to wait for the oven, right? Where you know it's going to work. You know that it's going to take more time, and you know it's going to come out exactly the way that you want it. But for a microwave, it's like, maybe it works, maybe it won't. All right, so we got the Page of Cups in reverse. We have the Strength, and then we have the Magician. This Page of Cups in reverse, inner child, baby, inner child. I would say inner child or inner teen, because I know like I've been working on my inner teen, and I feel like that's aligning with other people. That's why I felt called to share. But like truthfully, there's a lot of times where we look at ourselves and we look at the path, and that inner teen, that inner child, that inner voice, they're holding you back because they're not feeling safe and secure of who's actually leading, right? That's supposed to be you leading the charge. Confirmation. This is your inner child, your inner teen. They're waiting for you to take the charge. They're waiting for you to lead. They're waiting for you to sit in this energy of being strong, having that authority, having, the seriousness and discipline to be like, actually, yeah, we run the show now. No one else. We do. And it's time to do so. And these two cards are reminders, right? The Strength card is the reminder of the strength that you have within. And it's not just for who you are now, but who you were before. Don't forget that that child and that teenager got you here. They got you to this adulthood. They got you to this life. And they did a damn good job. Okay? Because it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. And I don't know your struggle. I don't know your pain exactly. But I know that we're kindred souls here and we share. And I think all of us that are part of this collective have this realization that we've been coming to of like, no one is going to come in on a white horse to save me, but I can save myself. And though it's scary, it's a little hard, it's a little scary, but I have it because I have the power, right? That's what this magician is. Not only do you have the power, you have the strength. And that is, I keep hearing the word poise. You have this power, you have this strength, you are poised, you are disciplined, you are structured. You have the skill and you have the ability, but you need to focus. You need to really focus. You need to use all the tools at your disposal to really get you to where you want to go. Because if no one else is going to save you but yourself, why not use all the tools that you can at your disposal, right? To start your new beginning. The Fool, baby. Like, come on. Right? Like, we know this. Like, it makes sense. All of this makes sense. Yeah, there's worries, there's woes, there's ego, there's conflict, there's stagnation. But that's what this full moon is about, right? Is to pull this out of you. Let me go back to this one line. Okay, we've officially made it to the Sagittarius full moon, the truth teller, the belief breaker, the vision expander. The moon doesn't just ask what you are releasing, it asks what stories you've been living by that no longer feel true. What is that for you? Because I know for myself that it's believing that I don't deserve love unless I perform for it. BS. Believing that I am less than if I am not productive enough. BS. Believing I am only a shiny trophy on the shelf for other people to show off. BS. And I've been living that life and that lie for a very long time. And I think you are in that same boat. You're like, why am I doing this? Why do I care? And yes, there's dynamics of family and friends and people. But let me be real. Let me be honest. I've lost people in my life that have been in my life for well over a decade. I have people in my life that I've known for 20 years plus. Not everyone is meant to be there forever. Some people are. And just because they're your parent, just because they're your sibling, just because they're your aunt or your uncle or your cousin or whoever, it doesn't mean that they can control and dictate your life. It doesn't. You are an adult. It's time for you to make those choices. That's exactly what this full moon is about. And we have this temperance card here, right? There's this balance that you have to find within yourself to be able to balance it out with the people around you. You don't want to cut people off. I know you don't. There's people in my life that I know I need to cut off. And I'm like, do I really need to? Is this something? Am I sure? But I know I need to cut them off. And these are very prominent people in my life. But when I say I'm going to cut them off, I'm cutting them off of overcrossing my boundaries, of stepping over my emotions and my feelings, dictating how I should feel or how I should act, or telling me that I should be ashamed of myself, telling me that I'm not good enough if I don't have a 9-to-5, or that I'm failing as a mother, or whatever it may be. They don't get to dictate that narrative anymore. And this is where that control comes in, right? Where you're taking the wheel. You're standing there strong. That is what Spirit is trying to push you towards. Because we also have this King of Cups in reverse. And you're overwhelmed with these choices and these decisions. And I get that. I think it's making you a little anxious. That's what this energy feels like. It feels very anxious. It feels like you're... It feels like you're like, okay, I know I need to do this, but I'm not quite sure how. And it's confusing you because you're like, okay, well, I've never technically led before. Like, I've never led myself, and I don't want to mess up. I don't want to be wrong. But that's where that strength, that inner strength comes in, and that magician comes in, right? Because that is exactly the energy that you're in. You have the inner strength. And so what if it's the wrong choice? Everything happens to lead you on the path to get you to where you're meant to be. Did you really think I wanted to get evicted from my house, to get cars repossessed, to have to put down my dog, to lose my aunt a month after I gave birth and she was like a mother to me? You think I wanted to go through all that shit? No. But I knew I had to. Like now I know that I would not have been the person that I am right here, right now, today, doing what I am doing, my true path and purpose, unless if I went through literal fire, forging myself through the fire. And I had to let go of the past, and so do you, because you're stuck in the past. Six of Swords reverse. You're stuck at looking at yourself like you are still the little girl or the little boy or the teenager, right? That teenage version of yourself, that childhood version of yourself. You're looking in the mirror and you're looking at them, and they're looking back at you scared. But the reality is that's not who you are anymore. You have been putting in work. You have been doing things, and it's not for no reason. Yes, you've had moments of like, oh, this is good, this is great. But there's still things that you want to do that you're not doing. And Spirit knows that. Seven of Pentacles. It is about to be time to harvest the hard work, right? That growth, that progress. You are very, very close. But it's going to take time for you to get over this kind of hump here, right? Living in the past, feeling overwhelmed, feeling a little anxious, that's what's holding you back from getting to this other side, right? But Spirit is seeing the growth. Spirit knows the growth, the process. Spirit sees it. Spirit feels it. And this is your reminder that tonight on this full moon, or whenever you see this, it's time to release it. Write it down. Scream it out. Break plates, break glasses. I don't know. Do it safely. But like, do something to release that energy that's within you. Because you have the Ace of Cups in reverse here as well. And this is just like this block, right? It's just this like overwhelming block. And there's a lot of emotional emptiness. Like literally the cup is upside down, right? All of the water that's in there is coming out. It's time to let it out. It's time to let it go. And you've been holding on to it forever, that it's like really hard for you to let it go because you feel like that's part of your identity. But let me be very clear. That is not who you are. That was a part of your story, but that does not define who you are. Okay, so we have Six of Wands in reverse. So that feeling of like feeling like you're gonna fail, feeling like no matter what you do, it's gonna be the wrong choice. That's where this like emotional emptiness is coming in, right? But that's not true. You are at this precipice where you are gonna release your fears. You are gonna let it go. You are gonna move forward. You are gonna take the time to really take it out of your heart, take it out of your mind, take it out of your soul. That created who you are, but that does not define who you are. There's so much more to life than your childhood and your teenage years. You know, maybe you're in your 20s, maybe you're in your 30s, maybe you're even in your 40s. I believe that you can change your life whenever you want. It doesn't matter what age you're at. If you start living for yourself and you start accepting who you truly are. And this is the beacon. This is the call. It's time to start really letting go and surrendering. Because the clarity and the breakthrough are coming, right? Ace of Swords. Like, you are coming to this precipice. There is a force within you. These new ideas, these breakthroughs, the truth, right? The Sagittarius Full Moon is a truth teller. The truth is coming out. And maybe I've been serving it up for you during this reading. Feel like I have. But the fact of the matter is, you cannot keep lying to yourself over and over again, trying to tell yourself that you're okay when you know you're not. Oh, that was 3 cards. Okay. The Empress. You're going to sit in this divine energy, okay? When this breakthrough and that clarity comes through, you're going to embody it. You're going to truly stand in the abundance of nurturing and creativity. Like true femininity in the way, and this is not gender specific, just true creativity, right? True divine feminine creates to bring in new forces, whether if that's physical, spiritual, mental, emotional. Like they create, right? They create spaces to feel safe. They make space within their own self to bring a soul into the world, right? But you have to trust your intuition. Mm. And there's some confusion that you have here too, because we have the moon. It feels like you really want this energy. You really want both of these energy of the clarity and this divine feminine and all of that. But it confuses you because you don't believe that you can actually hold and access that power. Don't forget, this card came out. You do have the power. You do have access to it, and you're meant to. That's why it's coming to you. But you keep repressing it. You feel like you don't deserve it. And to be honest, I get that. That's a part of what I'm letting go of tonight. Like, why? A lot of the times I ask, why me? And not in the sense of why did I go through what I went through, but why am I the one that's able to lead these people? Why am I the one that's showing up online right here, right now, talking about myself, talking about my story, being this guide? Why me? Like, why did I get picked? Who am I? Who was my soul before this life on earth this time? Who am I that I could and should be leading other people? Right? Like, how can I lead other people if I don't even have my own home? If I don't have this, if I don't have the money, if I don't have whatever. But the fact of the matter is I don't need any of that to do what I've been doing my entire life. I can't even tell y'all. I mean, seriously, since I've been like 5. And yes, I am a parentified daughter, but I've been dealing with other people's emotions, helping them, guiding them. I can't even tell you how many people have... Okay, apparently I need to talk about this because none of the cards are coming out. I've been doing this my entire life. Seriously, my entire life. Guiding people, giving them structure, giving them a soft place to land, to talk about things, to never feel judged, because I know exactly what it feels like to be on the other side. I never felt like I could tell people, certain people in my life, certain things, or be 100% myself and wear that armor and wear that mask to protect myself and tell myself that I can only show my real self around these people. And it's been this like toss up over the last couple of months, ever since I started this business for Stella Nova. It just feels like, it's like, who am I for real? That I can guide these people, that I can lead these people. And every day I get confirmations. I mean, and it's more than one. It's way more than one. I've been doing, I've been looking into palm reading. I've been looking into human design. I've been looking at my astrology chart. I've been doing so much work on the back end. And I shit you not, every single aspect and avenue is like, yeah, of course you have clairsentience. Of course you're this guiding light. This is the realm that you should be in. You should be writing books. You should be hosting retreats. You should have memberships. You should have this. You should have that. And it's like, okay, it's written in the stars. It's written on my palm. It is literally my basis of my human design. Why do I keep telling myself that it's not real? I get confirmations every single day. The people in my group tell me all the time. I have friends. I have my husband. I have so many people that are like, yeah, why are you confused? Like, we see it. Why can't you? And that's exactly where you're at. You're like, okay, they tell me that, but I don't believe it. You want to know who doesn't believe it? It's that the baby version of you, that teenage version of you that has zero self-confidence, that can't see their own light, that refuses to see how beautiful and amazing that they are, inside and out, and that the power and the gifts that have been granted to them are truly here to help change not only themselves, but the world in their own unique way. And I know, as I'm saying this, as I'm talking about it, it feels healing. It feels like a big release of being honest with myself. I am more than enough. I am more than enough. I am done saying that I'm never enough. because I've always been more than enough, no matter what people think, no matter what people say. These are happy tears of realization because truthfully, those people are no longer writing my story. And those people cannot control me anymore. And if I keep letting them control me at this stage in the game of my life, then I will never be exactly where I need to be. And this is the closest I've ever felt of truly being whole. Being in my purpose, walking in alignment, loving my husband, letting my husband love me, loving my daughter, not letting other people guide me in the sense of, I shouldn't even say guide, not letting other people judge me. Because when I let other people judge me, I start judging myself through their eyes instead of my own. And this is your call to start loving yourself. Every version of yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly, because that is what makes you you. Your uniqueness, what does RuPaul say? your uniqueness, nerve, and talent. I forget what the first letter is, but you know what it spells. Ooh, sorry y'all. There was a lot of release there. Whew. I think that's been like a build-up moment for me for a while. And I'm going to laugh that when I look back on this video, because what's today? I'm recording this on June 11th of 2025. I promise you, in the next 6 months to a year, when I look back on this, I'm going to be like, man, she really changed her world starting right here, right now. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm on the cusp of changing everything. Not even the cusp, like I really made it there with that kind of realization. And I really hope that this message is giving you that kind of realization as well, because that feeling just feels like I got pushed off a bridge, but not in a bad way, in a way of like, oh, I'm flying. I'm not falling, I'm flying. We have 9 of Wands here. You're being a little stubborn and you feel like you should give up because you're not seeing the results that you think you should see right now, right away. This journey did not happen over the last 4 months. This journey has happened over the last 4 years for me. And there's been a lot. There's been a lot of ups and downs and twists and turns. And I realize that we think our timeline should be at a certain point. Oh, when I hit 30. Oh, when I'm at this age, 25 or whatever. That it has to be that way. But it doesn't. Confirmation. King of Wands. You can be this. You see this plane? It's like 3, 2, 1 takeoff. Like, you can be this. You can be strong in your power. You can be bold. You can see the big picture. You can feel the energy shift. But you have to start trusting yourself. You have to stop being so stubborn and defensive and giving up. Biggest is healing that heartbreak that's within you. That grief, that sorrow, the tears, the loss. Every one of these swords, and I can promise you have more than 3 swords piercing you, especially your heart. It's time to push forward and be courageous, right? Knight of Wands here. Keep going forward. Be that free spirit. Let the open road take you to where you truly desire to be. Emperor in reverse. Man, you're so stubborn. That's like the 4th card that's come out that had the word stubborn on it. Stubborn or stubbornness or whatever. Like, you're being super stubborn. Not only with yourself, but with spirit. And spirit has been giving you confirmation, giving you messages, and telling you. But if you ended up here, if you're listening to me, I'm the bestie that's going to give it to you straight and give it to you real, but I'm going to hold your hand and I'm going to wipe your tears as you cry. But I'm also going to tell you, okay, pull out that notebook and let it go. All right, go ahead and scream it out into the abyss. Go into the ocean and sit and cry. I'm going to help you, but I cannot do it for you. And that's where you're at. You're having a hard time because you feel like somebody else is going to come in and save you and give you the direction. One of the last videos, I talked about how I felt like I had a map without a compass. And my chat GPT said, "You are the compass. It's time for you to start leading yourself." And I'm like, blow my mind, baby. Blow my mind. Like, seriously. Because it's so true. You have to let it go. You have to work through this. And you being stubborn with yourself is you just creating this giant stone wall to yourself. All right, let's look at these three real quick. I think this is wrapping up the message here. Okay. So we have the devil here. We also have justice. And then we have Two of Wands in reverse. So this devil card here, after coming out of like the Emperor and this Three of Swords and all of that, it just feels like you gotta stop telling yourself that you have these limitations and that you are stuck within these chains, right? You are more than this. It's time to release yourself from those chains. That is not your story anymore. And the karma and the justice, it's going to come through. You being yourself and holding still, the balance will come through. Stop being stubborn and let spirit make some real moves for you, but you got to make the moves first. Spirit is not going to move first. You do. You have to. I see chess pieces. Like, you have to make the move to make the checkmate work. And this Two of Wands energy, don't play it safe. Don't, oh, I'm going to quit my job once I have another job, or I have this lined up, or this is whatever. And I'm not saying to like blow up your whole life, right? But I'm saying that if you know that you're truly called to do something and you keep putting it off until it's perfect or it's right, or you have the time or whatever, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. And you tell yourself like, oh, I'm going to take it seriously. But you lie to yourself every single time. Oh, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to record content, or oh, I'm going to build out a business plan, or oh, I'm going to do this, or oh, I'm going to go resource packaging, or whatever it is. And then, oh, I'm busy. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I got to cook dinner. Oh, I got to do this. You don't think that I'm not busy, that I'm not tired, that I don't have stuff that I'm doing every day? I got a 1-year-old, people. I'm 30. I am not 20. Okay? I am 30. My body is breaking down. But I'm also running my spiritual business. I am posting videos every single day on TikTok and Instagram. I am doing my my long form content here on YouTube every single week. I've been doing that for months. And yeah, I am tired, but I am being consistent because I know that I am getting closer and closer and closer to being there for my soul tribe, for being there for myself, for being there for my family in more than one way. And no, it's not ideal. I'm living in my parents' basement, people. Come on. I drove a 2010 Ford Fusion, baby. But it doesn't mean that it can't be done. It doesn't mean that I can't believe in it. It doesn't mean that I can't start the path. It might not look exactly the way that other people think it should. It doesn't feel exactly the way that other people think it should, or look, or taste, smell, whatever. But it's about you. All of these cards, right here, these are about you. These are about where you're at and where you are going. And baby, there's a lot of cards here. There's a lot of feelings. There's a lot of emotions that are within you. But taking the step to just let it go is truly the trajectory change that you've been looking for, right? The Fool came out in this deck for you, in this card pull for you, because you are on new beginnings. The first part of this reading was the Chariot. You're in the driver's seat now. It's up to you. I see, and this is for my millennials, London Tipton in the car with Mosby. And she's like, oh, the Prindle. He's like, What? You are guiding yourself with your own Prindle, baby. Okay? Like, you are doing that. And even though other people didn't get it, London figured it out, right? She learned how to drive with realizing what the Prindle was. And though it might not look right for everybody else, it's not about them, it's about you. And it's time for you to really say to yourself, I'm done living the lie. I'm done telling myself that I'm never enough. It is time to tell myself that I am more than enough, and that I've always been great, and that my light has always shined bright, and that I am worthy and deserving of the life that I truly want, because that's why I am here. To bring myself, to forge myself in the fire, to build a foundation that is unbreakable, unstoppable, and transmute that into something beautiful. This is your metamorphosis. You are the butterfly. But no butterfly exists without being a caterpillar first and going through the cocoon phase. You're just going through your cocoon phase, but you're emerging, and it is beautiful. Just trust yourself, love yourself, and be there. Thank you for being a part of this message. Thank you for listening, especially if you made it this far. I really hope that this spoke to you. I really hope that this strung in your heart of, wow, I really needed that so I could change my perspective and I can change my shift. If you've ever been like, wow, I really need more of what she's got going on, definitely check out the membership. I know I've talked about it a lot in a bunch of different videos, but if you've landed on this, we help one another transform. No matter what stage of the game that you're at, maybe you just started your spiritual journey, maybe you just fully started awakening to who you truly are. That's where I'm at. And we also help people that are even past that, of like, okay, I'm here, but I need consistency. I need support. I need community. Because we have a Discord server, we have multiple chats, we talk about lots of different things, confirmation, wins, shadow work. We do prompts 5 days a week, affirmations, and all of that. Just talking and discussing and helping one another, checking one another. Like, hey, you were in the vent session the other day talking about X, Y, and Z. How you feeling? Is it better? Have you journaled? Have you worked on it? It's real accountability for not only us, but for one another. And if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for a soft place to land, if you're looking for true transformation, if you're looking for real community, come and check out Stella Nova. Okay? Like, it's 24 a month. It is live calls, discounts with readings with me. All of my digital products are free to you. Just a bunch of different options. Or maybe you're like, actually, no, I just want a reading. You also get access to that too. You get 24% off of any reading with me if you join the membership, and you're also first come first serve. A bonus, a perk. But if you're not looking for all of that and you just want a reading, definitely go ahead and check out my website, stellanova424.com. But thank you so much for being a part of this journey, for being here with me, and being a part of my Cosmic Bestie collective. I love you so much. I am so proud of you, and you can and will do this. Love you, babe. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Bye.